stage error Blastoise from the base set. So we're just going to open it up on camera to make sure everything is as expected. And it's supposed to be in near mint condition, which is why I'm opening it up on camera to make sure it is actually in near mint condition, because it was a very expensive card. Packaging is pretty good because they have it in a bubble mailer and then they have it in a top loader, it looks like, and then in between a piece of cardboard, which is a great way to ship it. So it should be in the same condition as when the seller actually ended up shipping the item. Because sometimes you're worried about cards getting damaged in transit, but when you package it this way, it's pretty safe and you don't have to be concerned about there being any additional damage. So here's the Blastoise. You can kind of see the stage error is really right there. It says put Blastoise on the blank 1 card. It should say stage 1 card. So this is a known error from the base set, and it's actually pretty valuable compared to the regular base set Blastoise Holo. In terms of rarity and value, I would probably put it right after Shadowless. So the most expensive one would be the base set first edition Blastoise, and then the Shadowless Blastoise, and then we would probably have the stage error Blastoise, which is this one right here. So in the pictures, the card looked really clean, like it's almost packed fresh, except the top, which you can kind of tell is just not cut great. That's not really damage, it's really how the card was cut, and it's a pretty common theme when it comes to the base set, that the cards aren't cut exactly the best. So I'm just making sure the card is in the condition as stated, near mint, meaning there's not a lot of hollow scratches. There can be print lines, but nothing too substantial, and no dents or creases, obviously. So I'm going to go through the card very carefully. So in terms of centering, the centering on this card is pretty good. You can tell it's a little off, but it's pretty good for a base set card in my opinion. And it does have some silvering on the left-hand side, you can see. Taking a look at this card, it is definitely the stage error like I mentioned. It is not a red dot error. There are also red dot errors right by the hydro pump energy. If there's a little dot there, that's called the red dot error. It's 1999 Wizard, so it's not the UK print. Everything about the card looks pretty good to me in terms of like authenticity as well. If I look at the holo foil, I can see some print lines and some very light scratches. So you can see a print line right here going across. There you go, you can see it now. There's also a very faint one right here. A micro print line, I would say. It's not going across completely. There's 2 actually micro ones right there I can see. Other than that, it looks pretty good. I don't see like any other real issues. There's a tiny little scuff mark right there. Yeah, you can see it right now. And then a light scratch right here. But other than that, it's really clean. This definitely looks like it's pretty much packed fresh based on the holo. Don't see any smudges or anything else wrong with this card from the front, in my opinion. Looking at the sides for issues with like tampering, this looks good. Yeah, this looks good to me in terms of the sides and corners there. The front looks good to me. The back, you can look at all the corners. Print line right there. Yep, you can see it right now. Like I said, the cut isn't the best up top. You can see like excess cardboard. That's not really whitening. It's just a bad cut. There's a lot of light print lines here, which I can tell is factory made and not an actual scratch, just based on the way it looks. Yeah, you can see it now. There's quite a bit of those actually across the back. In terms of whitening, it's pretty good. I don't really see too much going on. Centering is definitely a little more off in the back, in my opinion. I don't really see any bends or creases. There's a little lip there, in my opinion. Over here, there's a little lip. Yeah, right there. There's quite a bit of factory print lines in the back. And that's generally like a roller mark, in my opinion. But this card definitely looks like it's packed fresh to me for the most part. And it's only been handled minimally. And this is definitely a near mint card. If I were to get this PSA graded, I would expect a 9, an 8 on the low end, but more likely than not, this is a PSA 9 in my opinion. Yeah, this is a great mint example in my opinion, near mint example. And like I said, this base set Blastoise is the stage error, which is why it's missing the word stage here and it's blank in comparison to a regular base set Blastoise. So this is a great purchase in my opinion. It was definitely very expensive, but well worth it.